morning. Can I confirm that Dr. Sam can hear me?
Hi, Dr. Bolanle, I can hear you.
Okay, thank you so much. Can I
hope
confirm?
you can hear me too.
Yes. Can I confirm that Dr. Kunle Abiade can hear me? Okay, maybe he's having some technical issues, but I'm sure he's going to join us. So without wasting too much of our time, I would like to share the agenda.
I can hear you.
Okay, you're welcome, sir. So I would like to share the agenda for today so that we can know what we are going into. So briefly, well, the participants can kindly introduce themselves in the chat box. And I am by the name Dr. Bolanle Akim. And today we will be having a beautiful presentation on the strategies for a thriving veterinary practice to get better treatment outcomes and more sustainable profits. And I won't be doing this alone. I have Dr. Kunle Abiade, who is going to be handling the participatory discussion session, which will have the questions and answer. And Dr. Bala Mohammed is going to come and help us with the vote of thanks and announcements. So without wasting too much of our time, I would like to introduce the guest speaker, who is Dr. Sam Obafemi, DBA, and I must say he just got his PhD. Congratulations once again, sir. So who is Dr. Sam? Dr. Sam is popularly called the Octopus. Sam Obafemi is an unconventional thinker. He's called the Octopus because he spends a lot of time trying to create relationships that help people to solve their problems. He is a trained computer scientist who now practices as a business community specialist with focus on business and revenue solutions. He is also someone who has practiced as a neuroscientist with nice in stress management, emotional intelligence, anger mastery, peak performance coaching, as well as he has over a decade of experience in coaching people in business into cost strategic operations. He also has consulted for people in corporate organizations, individuals, and groups. He is a graduate of the prestigious Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University, formerly known as Federal University of Technology, Bauchi. He is the first Nigerian certified anger mastery coach. So if you are having one or two dealings with angers, he is your go-to person. He can help you to calm your nerve. Also, he is a certified master NLP practitioner and a certified practitioner of positive psychiatry. So why did we choose him? Dr. Sam holds an MBA from University of Business Innovation and Sustainability, Geneva, Switzerland. And he also has an MSc in management from Ascensia Business School, Paris. He is also a 2024 recipient of the Honorary Doctorate of Business Administration from Paris University. Remember I said that he just got his PhD last week, so it was from that school. He is also the former Vice President of Life Coaches Association. Dr. Sam is a versatile teacher, public speaker, writer, and business advisor. One of his books that I have in my library is Marketing Without Budget. So you can talk to him after this session to know more. So over to you, Dr. Sam. If you're ready, we're ready. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Bola.
So before you talk or you proceed, I would like Dr. Kunle Abiade to set some bases for us before we kickstart. Thank you.
Lovely.
Good morning. I am pleased to be here to this series of Kotok. I mean, Kotok is it's the acronym for town to gown or gown to town. And today I think we're having both put the gown and the town together. Having read the introduction of, I will listen to the introduction of, seriously, I was really thrilled when I was asked to chairman this and then to listen to this erudite speaker. And the topic, I think, is very apt. The topic is very, very apt. The strategies of a thriving veterinary practice. But if I'm given the permission, I would love to change the topic to strategies to a thriving veterinary practice. Because veterinary practice is a business, whether we like it or not. And the question most of us we ask ourselves is that, is our practice thriving, or is just managing, or is almost below the sea level? And today, I'm so happy that we have somebody who will give us a lowdown, the tidbits on how we can navigate, we can appraise our practice. And if your practice is having challenges, you could get some good strategies today. And then if you want to start practice, I think you'll be in a very, very good stage to learn how to navigate and start a good practice. I'm so happy that most of us who are practicing, most of us are deficient in business aspects of the practice. We are so deficient. Many of us would never got the rudiments, the accounting rudiments, the economics rudiments while we were studying. And that is why when we start, we begin to just flow from one river to the other. And I hope that some of us have gone riding on that river, and some of us, by the time we get to the cliff, some of them will drop down, while some will continue to manage. But today, I think we're going to benefit. Everybody, I really pray that a lot of us will join this call, this lecture, because I am going to enjoy it, and I'm begging everyone, get your papers, get your pen, because I know we are going to be in a good business lecture room. My pen is with me, my jotter is with me, and I am going to learn. No matter the level of my practice, I believe that every day I must learn a new thing. So Dr. Sam, who I've been told is an octopus, and even an octopus, the animal that I love so much because that he is able to use a lot of the limbs. So I am going to really, really enjoy him. And I believe not only enjoy him, I am going to really begin a lifelong relationship with him, because I love this type of person. So without much ado, Dr. Sam, I think you have the floor to give us the lecture.
Thank you very much, Dr. Kunle Abiade. I'm grateful. Thank you, Dr. Bolanle, for that warm introduction. I feel that I'm in a natural habitat, being the octopus. You guys are the people that take care of all of us. So I'm in the care of the professionals who take care of all of us. And I'm very proud to be the octopus. I want to particularly thank my mentor and role model, Dr. Bala Mohammed, who has handheld me for over a decade now. He has been my leader, my coach, my mentor, and a father figure to me. And thank you for making this platform happen. I remember when you were conceptualizing this platform, and I'm very proud what it has morphed into. So Dr. B, on behalf of myself, my family, and the world of professionals that you carry on your shoulder, your very small shoulder that you are carrying the whole world of professionals. Thank you so much. I'm very excited. I'm very passionate about business. I'm very passionate about people making progress in business. I think I'm privileged by God to be a witness that business can grow and evolve. I started from a very low estate, and with mentorship and leadership from people like Dr. B, I've been able to become I'm growing a household name, and I'm happy that I can make myself count when it comes to business. My topic, as it is building a thriving veterinary practice for better treatment outcomes and sustainable revenue. But I like how Dr. Abiade also put it, strategies for building a thriving veterinary practice. I think that's actually a very powerful topic. And hopefully, in the next few minutes, I'm going to share some very pivotal points that can help at least maybe spark a new line of thinking, maybe expand your appetite, or maybe validate some of the strategies that some of you are already doing in your different practices. So before I start, I want to know the location you are joining from. And I also believe that there are many more people that should be in this room. As at this moment, excluding myself, there are 28 members on this call. And I want every one of you to try to reach at least one vet doctor who is supposed to be here, because this is a very important topic that we're discussing today. One thing I know Dr. B has been trying to achieve over the years that I've been close to him, permit me to say I'm a vet doctor by association, because I have managed some level of Dr. Bala's business. I have kept dogs for as long as I can remember. So to a large extent, I have some privilege to have observed vet practice for a while. And I want to say that a lot of people need to learn some things today. So I can see location Enugu, I can see Ibadan, I can see Abuja, fantastic spread, very good spread. I can see Ilorin, great, great. So you all are welcome. I want to encourage you to pay attention to some of the things I'll say. And I would love to have your questions posted in the chat room as I'm sharing. There is a lot I hope to share. I know I'm going to be limited by time, but there's a lot I hope to share. I can see Imo State, I can see Kaduna. You're all welcome to this session. So let's go straight into the point. The first thing I want to establish is why you have a first degree in medicine. I want to establish that first. I know that Dr. B, those days we used to talk, he would say, many vet doctors think that vet is all about vet business alone, and they forget the social science of vets. And one of the burdens Dr. B always used to complain about those days is how many vets are limiting their potential to make a lot of money. If you've been around Dr. Bala long enough, you will see that he tries to milk the entire value chain of vet medicine. And so I believe that there are 4 cardinal reasons why you're a vet doctor, in my personal opinion. 4 cardinal reasons. Number one is that impact, to create impact. And the impact you're creating is both ones of the animal dogs. I've also children in quotes. And the reason why I am impressed and drawn to blue blood vet is because they take my animals personal. And so they create self-sufficient should be designed in such a way that as you're building the practice, you're securing the future of your family and your life. Very, very key component. For me, that's the third reason why you have this degree. You're going to be investing and building capacity as you're earning good income today, so that you're going to have the wealth estimated advantages is that you can practice vet medicine for life. I think it's an underestimated advantage. A vet doctor can practice vet medicine for life. And later, when I come to I'm going to be talking about the value chain in vet medicine. You will see that actually, depending on how you choose to practice, you can be a vet doctor for life. And this is going to be established very soon. The fourth component or purpose of being a vet doctor, in my opinion, is that the way you practice should influence a better practice in your sector. The way you practice should influence how practice should be done in your sector. So for me, a vet doctor should target these four components. Number one, create impact. Number two, be self-sufficient. Number three, build capacity and wealth for the future. And number four, influence a better practice in your sector as vet doctors and as practitioners in the vet medicine space. So, having established that, let me now try to break down each point, especially the first 2 points. I'm going to focus on the first two purposes in this session, and then I'm going to spill into other conversations much later. Like I said, please try to post your questions as I'm talking. Even though we have a question and answer time later, it's good for me to answer your questions as I'm speaking. Maybe you're speaking to a specific thing that I said or a specific area on my slides. So let's go to the first point, creating impact. In creating impact with animals and their owners, there are 4 things I would like vet doctors to pay attention to. There are 4 areas that I believe can help you create impact with animals and for their owners, the owners of these animals. Number one, if you want to build a thriving practice in vet medicine, your priority is the animal, not the owner. Your priority is the animal, not the owner. I remember some key cases that happened in vet world and blue blood vet with respect to a person brings their pets into the clinic, and doctors are more focused on getting the attention of the owners of the pets. And in some rare cases, there have been some negative responses or negative outcomes with pets, and that has drawn the anger of the pet owners. So if you want to build a practice that will thrive, that will give you money, and that will make you have a long, sustainable practice, your priority is the animal, not the owner. I can tell you for a fact that when you pay attention to the animal rather than the owner, you will get the attention of the owner. And this is very, very key. About 2 months ago, or maybe a little more, I was moving houses and I needed to move my dogs. And I remember that evening, the vets came from Blue Blood. And when they knocked on my gate, I stepped out and I saw Dr. B himself. I was so shocked. And I kept saying, Dr. Uba, you want to put me in trouble? How can you bring Dr. Bala to my house without notice? Like, how do you bring the big masquerade to my house without notice? But take it or leave it, that was an impression that was made on me. Because what that meant to me was my dogs were very important for them to come promptly and help me move them to the new house. That is very, very key. A vet doctor should make the pets a priority, not the owner, because in making the pets the priority, you will get the attention of the owner. Number 2 step in creating impact, be interested in the well-being of the animal that you are treating. And I think this is a very significant point I need to talk about. Your interest is that everything I can do professionally to make this animal fine, I will do it. It means that you must pay attention to details, you must be curious, you must be observant, and you must demonstrate interest. So if you are a vet doctor who doesn't pay attention to details, if you're a vet doctor who forgets easily, if you're a vet doctor who can be reckless or careless, you may have a challenge building a thriving practice, because it is that customer that has brought the pet that will pay you. And you have to show interest in the pet. You have to demonstrate that this pet, provided I have come in contact with this pet must be all right. That has to be your preoccupation. Then number 3, build a personal calendar of follow-up and aftercare. I will say for a fact that this is a big gap among vet doctors based on my observation. And what do I mean? There has to be a proper record keeping of the animals that you take care of, that you have treated. And it is the responsibility of a vet doctor to create a calendar for reminders, for follow-up, and for aftercare. That is you showing interest in the pet. I remember those days when the next appointment for my dogs, I will receive SMS from Blue Blood to say, your dogs are due for vitamins. Your dogs are due for a bath. I even remember when I will have to bring the dogs for Dr. Sati to wash them and, clear their fur. That's an extended level of excellence. And that speaks to service excellence in a vet practice. I think that this component is a very big catch, because when the pet owner sees that you are helping them remember their appointments with you, they increase their premium for your service. Remember, the topic here is strategies to building a thriving practice and take care of their pets. There are extended calendar of follow-up and aftercare for the pets that you treat or you take care of. Is a strategy. It's a master stroke strategy. You have to develop, whether it's Excel sheet. In fact, even if it's a notebook, you write the name of the pet, the app on your mobile phone. If it has to be that manual, whatever it takes, do it, because it's a significant option. And many times, most of these owners like pets to your clinic, maybe that's what they want. Whichever way, number 1, creating impact is you want to win the owner over by being a owner of their pets or their animals. I want you to imagine that for every pet owner, you're co-owning their pet with them. So put yourself in the shoes of a pet owner and ask yourself, if I were the owner of this dog, this rabbit, this snake, this cat, this goat, this sheep, this whatever the name of the pet, this horse, if I were the owner, what would I do? How would I take care of this animal? With the history I know of this animal, what would I do? With the conditions and health of this animal that I'm aware of, what will I do? Okay, this animal is healthy. What would I do differently? How would I enhance the well-being of this animal? What role do I play for the longevity of this animal, for the health of this animal? Once you think like that for the pet owner, you become a co-owner of the pet. To make money. But for you to make money, the owner of the pet has to be convinced that you care about their pets, not that you care about their pockets. If you care about their pets, the money in their pocket will come out. But if you care about the pocket more than the pet, while they may pay you that one time, they will not come back. That we have to establish. So by creating impact, you'll be able to win the owner of the pet over, and then they can give you their money. And this is very, very key. So that is the first step. The second thing I want to talk about is the value chain, the areas of making money. If we go back to my first slide here, the purposes, I told you I was going to be speaking to the two main purposes of your degree as a vet doctor. Your first purpose is to create impact. Your second purpose is to be self-sufficient. So let's talk about self-sufficiency. I have tried my best to design or to extract the value chain based on my personal understanding. I checked the internet. I did not see some convincing list of value chain for vet doctors. So I came up with this list from my experience working with Dr. Bala and from my experience being a pet owner. So this list is not a verified list, but it's something I believe I can speak to. And I'm sure that it is not exhaustive too. It can be expanded. So let me quickly run through this list. And this means that you can practice, if you focus on any of this and become an expert at any of this, you will successfully be self-sufficient. And let me go on into explaining it. The first item is vet administration and human capital development. There is a vet doctor here who is very sound with structure, administration, flow, processes, human capital hiring for vet business. So I believe that a vet doctor who is very good with administration can build a system that serves other vet doctors with administration, the structure of a vet business, the organogram of a vet business, the processes of a vet business, hiring people for vet businesses, conducting interviews, doing staff handbook, designing a system, automating the system, doing ERPs, enterprise resource planning software for vet practice. The best person to take care of a vet system can be a vet doctor. So if you're a vet doctor and you are gifted in administration and human capital interactions, you can actually build a practice around that and serve it to vet doctors. And that becomes a big service that you are making money from. You can actually become the vet consultant to vet doctors in the area of structure, processes, administration, recruitment, interviews, compliance, salaries, etc. That's a gap that a vet doctor can fill. Now, the second point is a very common point, surgeries and animal care. So I'm not going to dwell much on that. Surgeries and animal care is a niche that a vet doctor can explore. The third, I figure, is very profitable. As I speak with you right now, I've been contemplating between building a second kennel for my dog or buying a dog house. There are so many dog or pet resources that are marketable: food, leash, cage, soap, sponge, chemicals. It's always in demand, always in demand. That's a niche you can invest in. And then somebody will tell me, but I don't have the capital to do that. Well, you can start by doing middleman, which is a business model. You can say, Blue Blood has a pet mart, an accessories shop. I have a market. I will come and buy from Blue Blood in bulk, even on credit. And as I get paid, I'm remitting. And once you start that middleman business, over time, you build capital to start setting your own shop. Your shop can even be a mobile shop. If you have a small car, your booth can be a pet mart, and you're just supplying to people that have pets. And then as you're paying, they're paying for delivery, including of the items they're buying from you. It is a profitable channel that a vet doctor can focus on. A vet doctor can decide to be a pet mart and accessories business owner that serves vet businesses as a supplier and serves pet owners as a supplier. It's a very profitable venture. The next item is research and disease control. I remember the role Dr. Bala played when COVID came on. And I remember how many international trainings and exposures he's had working with CDC in the United States and the NCDC in Nigeria. That can be a niche area for some people. You can just decide that you want to venture into research and disease control. And I was talking to my daughter. My first daughter wants to be a vet doctor. And we're having conversations. And I said, usually, when there is a pandemic or an outbreak of diseases, vet doctors are likely to be the first people to be consulted because they understand that animal diseases, human diseases may have come from animal interactions. So it means that vet doctors have a pivotal place to play in disease control and animal to human transfer of diseases and illnesses. So a vet doctor that decides to be an expert in disease control will never lack, you will never lack attention. In fact, you're going to be a global resource because you're going to become like the person that advises governments, especially ministries of health of different countries on disease control related issues. That's another niche. Then the next item I talked about is niche animal expertise. And what does this mean? In the video that was played before the introduction, where I heard Dr. Uba speaking, he was talking about horses. Now, a vet doctor can say, I know something about every animal, but I know almost everything about one animal. I think that's an excellent way to think about it. Imagine that when it comes to dogs, nobody in vet medicine knows it like you. And maybe the breeds of dogs are too many for one person to know all of them. But imagine that you are an expert of GSD, or you're an expert of Boabo, or you're an expert of Belgian Shepherd, or Russian Shepherd, Caucasians. That's crazy. Such that anywhere in the world, it is you they consult for that specific species or breed of animals. That is a significant way to look at it. It will take years to build, but once you become an expert at that species, and it looks like everything about that species, people need to consult you, you can never be broke. I was talking to a friend who said when she was in the UK, a royal family in Saudi Arabia flew a vet doctor from Zimbabwe to Saudi Arabia to service their parrots or their dogs or something. That's what we're talking about. So imagine that when it comes to parrots or snakes, you're an expert. So that's a niche animal expertise. You're picking a set of animals and everything about those animals, you want to be the boss for it, because that's the thing about niche markets. Once you're all about that, everybody comes to you for that. The next niche I want to talk about is vet academician. Vet academician, as the name implies, will mean you're a professional, but you're helping to train up and coming vet doctors in tertiary institutions. And that's an honorable thing to do. So you're going to be like the intersection between the academic room, that's classrooms, and the professional field. And you're interplaying that. So you're involved in professional service, but you're bringing it to the classroom. Because the real gap between the school vet doctor, those who graduate from schools, and those on the field is experience. So academicians bridge that gap. Oko Gibbs says, how can I brand a niche animal hospital for canines? Lovely, lovely. I'm going to speak to that on my next slide. So just hold your thought and I'm going to build on that, because every of these niche requires proper branding. So let me come to that in a minute. So the next item I'll talk about is vet blogging and social communications. I can say for a fact that vet doctors need a lot of branding lessons. It looks to me that vet doctors are very good, but many people don't know vet doctors. Now, I don't know the restrictions around marketing in your field and practice, like the regular medical doctors who are not allowed to market themselves actively. But I can say for a fact that if you do blogging for vet medicine, it will naturally translate to more market for you. And that can be a service a vet doctor can provide for other vet practices. As a vet doctor, maybe you are drawn to social media. Maybe you are drawn to web design. Maybe you are drawn to technology. Maybe you are drawn to, social media, TikToking and IG video reels and all those kind of stuff. Maybe you're very savvy with those stuff. I can tell you for a fact, if you become the service provider for vet practices in putting their brands out there, you will make a lot of money doing that. Doctors are focused on doing vet work. Maybe it's workload, maybe it's loss of interest, maybe it's not knowing how to do it. Many vet doctors don't know how to position themselves out there. So if a vet doctor who understands vet practice becomes the vet blogger, it is a breakthrough. Many vet practices will like what you do for them. And you will just simply use your professional knowledge to put the word out there. Because one thing I remember Dr. Bala saying is that vet doctors don't know how to communicate what they do to the ordinary buyer. They don't understand the language that the layman needs to hear to be able to buy the service from the vet doctors. So imagine you're a vet doctor, you know vet work, you know vet practice, you know vet terminologies, but you're also a social person and you understand the language of the layman. That's a sweet spot. And you can sell that as a service to vet practices. You can never lack money. I can tell you this for a fact, because we provide, for example, we in our organization provide technology and social media consultancy to many businesses. We're always getting that demand. In fact, many times we're not able to meet the demand because the demand is very high. So I can tell you, imagine in your Ilorin or Ibadan or Enugu or Imo State, let's say there are 25 vet doctors in your state who are building small practices, and you tell them, if you pay me 50K a month, I'm going to be writing one social media post for you on your brand platform, and I'm going to be helping you promote your services on social media and through newsletters and different channels. If you have 10 of those businesses paying you 50K a month just for vet blogging and social media communications, that's 500K in a month just by blogging, which you don't need to leave your house for. Worst case, you tell them, take a picture for me, put this lighting this way. You teach them how to give you the content you need, and you put the content on their channels. Nobody needs to know who is putting those contents. So one person can be serving 10 vet practices just on social media and blogging, and you're making your money cool cash. They are happy being promoted on social media and through their channels of correspondences. You are happy making your money doing the things you love. That is a very good niche to explore. The next is vet brand expertise. Just like Oko Gift is asking, some of you are very good with branding, but you are vet doctors. There are colors that govern vet practice. There are communications that govern vet practice. There is a way a vet clinic needs to look like. There is a way a vet business needs to project itself. That can be a service. The point I'm making here is that vet practice does not mean you have to do only animal care. There is the communications part, there is the social science part, there is the branding part, there is the marketing part. And you need to explore and milk that value chain depending on your area of talent and area of interest, which takes me to the next point. A vet practice can actually be a marketing business for other vets. Imagine, I remember in Vet World those days, farmers would bring their eggs to Vet World on Alexandria Crescent in Wusetu. They will bring every day I will come and see piles of crates of eggs, and people are coming to buy from there. I remember those days, there will be piles of frozen chicken in freezers, and people are buying from there. That is positioning as a marketing component of a vet practice. So a vet doctor can say, you know what, how I want to practice vet medicine is being a market component for vet businesses. If you have a farm or you have produces of your pets or animals, I will buy them off you, or you can bring them to me. We call that demand aggregation. It means that the products are brought to you, you sell the products, you keep your own administrative fee or rent fee, and the owners of the product get their money back. So you are like a ShopRite for vet businesses. You are like a Sahad stores for vet businesses. You are like a pack and shop for vet businesses. That's vet and farm produce marketing. And it's still part of vet practice. It does not have to do with surgery or animal care or checking a snake or going to a horse farm. That's a part of the component of the practice. The next is antidote and venom extraction and banking. Like I talked about disease control and pandemics and an infection, your practice can just be about supplying pharmaceuticals and medical doctors with what they need to solve sickness issues, disease issues, and infection issues. So you can just be extracting serum, venom, and all those things that you guys, I'm sure you're very aware of the terminologies better than I do. That can just be your own way of practicing. So everybody knows that if I'm looking for a particular venom or serum or blood or animal parts, I will go to this practice who seem to be able to bank them and provide them. You can be a bank for sperm for animals, for artificial insemination. You can be a bank of body parts for surgeries. That can be a way of your own niche that you are known for. And that's very solid. Then, of course, consultancy. I won't talk about consultancy because it's a broad name for if I'm an expert at something, I can provide consultancy for that. Security dogs and systems, that of course is already a large market in a place like Nigeria. I remember people asking me, there's this guy in Jos, he used to ask me, Coach Sam, are you available for me to rent your dogs for security, for security at social events? And I'll tell him, no, I'm not open to that because I want my dogs to do their work at home. But that's a service. It means that you can position your business to get dogs and supply them for events, for security purposes or for political protocol and all those kind of stuff. Then, of course, we have pet transportation and housing. Your business can be all about, I remember Dr. Bala, there's this lady, many of you will know her, Dose used to work with Dr. Bala, and I remember one of the things she's told me she's very interested in was animal hostel, dog hostels. So people want to travel, they bring their dogs to you for short term and all that. That's a good niche that you can build a business around. Then there's one significant one I've not seen anywhere yet, but I think is a very solid business model. Pet post-life memorabilia. Pet post-life memorabilia. And what do I mean by that? So in 2000 and we're in 2024, 2019 or 2019, I lost my dog. Yes, Okogi says called pet boarding. Thank you for that. So 2019, one morning, I went to work. It was a Saturday. I came back in the evening and my dog was dead. And I got to understand from Dr. Bala because I had sent pictures of some features on his neck. I understand that he was bitten by a snake some days before. And because I was not aware, I didn't escalate, the dog died. And one thing that can be a big catchment market is when a person loses their pet, how do we help them? That can be a service. That can be a service. People have lost pets that they are emotionally attached to. A vet practice can decide that if you've lost your pet and you want us to create a memory around that pet, talk to us. So you can create objects, figurines, memories, tributes, rooms, like just unleash your creativity. What you're doing for the pet owner is that you're helping them have reserved memories about that pet that they will live with forever. That's a big market that I think somebody can take advantage of. The next is special needs and mental health support. I know very well, for example, in the United States and maybe some parts of the world, golden retriever breed is usually used for this. And what's this other breed that has this polka dot for? Usually they are pets that understand human emotions, just like most dogs do, but there are some special dogs that are usually prepared for that purpose. That for me is also another gap in the Nigerian market. There are many kids that have special needs challenges. Dalmatian, thank you, Oko Gift. I need to meet this Oko Gift woman. Oh. You're just a beauty. Hey, my guy is here. Oh. Auntie Inya, I'm loyal, ma. Thank you so much for joining. So I feel that there are many special needs and mental health related problems in our country that pets can solve. And that can be the niche of a pet business. You're just saying you're working with special needs organizations, autism, depression, disabilities, any of this spectrum. You can decide that our practice is conditioning and training pets for those purposes. I will tell you for a fact, because I'm a mental health practitioner and my business provides mental health intervention for people, I'll tell you for a fact that you will succeed. Because once you can build comfort for the special needs or mentally challenged person with those pets, the pets provide that intervention. Over time, they will improve. Even in physiotherapy, pets can be very useful for physiotherapy. So if you ask me, is a market gap that needs promotion? Once you're interested, there's one of your colleagues, Dr. Sonny, I can't remember his surname, Agbo Nika or something. I know there was a time he was building conferences around that. And I think there is an area that many vets need to go into. Yes, Sonny Agbonika. We need to build that. It's a big catchment area because mental health issues are growing in Nigeria. Special needs issues are also growing in Nigeria. So please, let us build that angle. It's a profitable angle in Nigeria, and it's something that will bring a lot of goodwill to vet practice because many Nigerians don't even know what vets do. It just looks like the definition of vet doctor in Nigeria is person that takes care of dog. That's what many Nigerians think. They just think a vet doctor takes care of dog. And it's, for me, it's a very limited, very, very, very limited way of looking at vet practice. So special needs and mental health support is a big market that vet practice needs to branch into in Nigeria. Then next is pet waste product utilization. While this may be in practice, I'm hoping to see how that can scale up. I think for now, it looks like only livestock component of pets is being serviced around the waste product. I don't know about waste product of snakes, waste product of dogs, waste product of rabbits. I don't know what's happening around that, but I'm sure there can be research that can go into how they can be used, for further enhancement and value chain, expansion. Uchenna says exactly, that's the simple definition of veterinary medicine in Nigeria. Thank you, sir. And then the last item I have on my list, remember I said it's not an exhaustive list, but I actually brought this from my thinking of how I see vet practice in its value chain. And the last item I have here is equipment import and equivalent import-based services. I think that some people, especially if you have access to finance and have access to the right key players, your own practice of vet can just be equipment focused. The X-ray machines, the scanners, the high intensity laser machinery, surgery equipment, that can just be your own part. For example, in medicine, there are those that do medicine equipment. They are doctors, but they just focus on equipment for mammograms, cancer screening, all those ECG machinery. Because they know this equipment, they know what is required, they focus on that. So that can be somebody's niche in vet practice. I think the way to summarize this slide is to say, you can pick one area and tell yourself, every vet doctor in Nigeria will ask me for this thing. That's the way I can summarize this slide. One strategy to build a thriving vet business is to pick one spectrum in the value chain and become the bus stop for that spectrum. So if I'm doing vet blogging, every vet doctor in Nigeria would wish that I'm their vet blogger and social media manager as a company, not as a person. Once you can aggregate yourself and resources that way, you can never lack traffic. You can never lack service. You can never lack payments. And as you design a system around that, you realize that even non-vet practitioners will be needing your service. And that is such a big achievement, if you ask me. So this, for me, is the self-sufficient strategy, how to earn good income as a vet doctor, building a system around any or several of these niche areas. So let me ask you, before I go to my next slide, is there, Dr. Schweib says, someone can also specialize in growing of grasses for livestock for exportation? Yes. Dr. Omotayo says, rabbit waste products are well harnessed in agricultural practices. Rabbit urine is an organic pesticide, while their feces is one of the best animal manure for crops. Thank you. Fantastic. 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 Thank you for these contributions. Please, let's keep them coming. So let me go to my next slide. I have 3 statements. I want you to take a screenshot of this page. Please take a screenshot of this page. And if you have done a screenshot, write done in the chat room. Take a screenshot and write done in the chat room. Everybody. Fantastic. I can see done. Great. Fantastic. Fantastic. Hoping someone should soon go into animal blood banking services. Thank you. Thank you. I also saw a comment a bit earlier. Let me scroll. Fumigation. Shoaib Oluwaseun says, fumigation and pest control is also a great niche, especially for ectoparasites that plague animals. Thank you. I'm loving all the contributions. It's a very good thing that we're thinking now, expanding the value chain, expand the value chain. Nigeria is so large, and I think Nigeria is a natural habitat for vet practice to flourish, very natural habitat. I think the challenge with practicing vet is that we're not looking at we're maybe afraid of the longevity of work that has to be done, but we'll come to that in a moment. So let me read the screenshots you've taken, because it's a big highlight. The first statement says, no matter how tiny the space you want to practice in vet medicine, your biggest responsibility is to promote your work consistently, progressively, and positively without fail. Consistently, progressively, and positively without fail. Ladies and gentlemen of vet practice, it does not matter the area of your interest. What matters is that somebody somewhere knows that you are doing it, and they are always seeing you talk about it, and they are seeing that you are making progress on it or in it. That's all that matters. If you like, be selling the nails of limbs of animals, provided somebody knows that you are doing it, and they know that you are taking that business seriously, and they can trust you, they will come to you. So most times the problem of vet practice is not expertise and knowledge. The problem of vet practice is lack of promotion. I want you to write this in the chat room. The problem of vet practice is not expertise and knowledge. The problem is lack of promotion. The problem of vet practice is not expertise and knowledge. It is lack of promotion. The problem of vet practice is not expertise and knowledge, it is lack of promotion. I want somebody to type that in the chat room. Fantastic. Fantastic. And I want you to write that in your own, whether on your WhatsApp status or your Facebook, or put it in your notepad somewhere. This is something I don't want you to forget at all. Any vet doctor trained in Nigeria is very good. From my interactions with vet doctors over the last 15 years, I've been in the cycle of vet doctors for at least 14 years. I've been in the cycle, especially since I met Dr. Bala, I've revolved around vet doctors for so many years. And I can say from a part of, let's call me a bloody civilian compared to vet doctors, I can say for a fact, any vet doctor trained in this Nigeria is very good. You know your work. So actually, the problem is not that you don't know your work. The problem is that you don't promote your work. You're working in isolation. You are working in obscurity. You are working in, sometimes it's arrogance. Sometimes it's just, they know me now. Sometimes is God will bring my own customers to me. Sometimes it's just, I don't like talking. I don't like people. Sometimes it's shyness. Sometimes it can be anything. One fact, you're not promoting your work enough. You have to show working. Number 2 statement on this slide says, a practice that will make money must make promotions a first task at the start of the day and at the end of the day. You have to wake up to promotion and end the day with promotion. That's how it works. Within the boundaries that are allowed in your practice. You must constantly be telling somebody, your goal every day is somebody new must know our brand. Somebody new must know our work. Those that know us before must see that we are still working. Those that don't know us must know us. If anybody here knows my work, you will know that you will never rest. I'm constantly posting. My status on WhatsApp is constantly full. My IG is buzzing. My WhatsApp broadcast list, my groups. So I don't doubt my competence. I'm very competent at what I do. But I don't leave it to chance and say, people know Sam Obafemi, I'm popular. No, I'm not going to bank on I'm popular. I'm going to bank on that I will tell you that I know this work. So please, if there's anything I want you to leave this session with, is that from today, I must start my day with promotion and end my day with promotion. Because the last statement here says, promotions, which is marketing, is the first child of every business and practice. If your business has 10 children, the first child is promotion. So start your day with promotion, end your day with promotion. And what is promotion? Let me define promotion for you, please. Promotion simply means telling someone out there what I do, that I do well. That's all. So I want us to write that in the chat room. Promotion is telling someone out there what I do, that I do well. Promotion is telling someone out there what I do well. We can use what we do, so it's a team conversation. Promotion is telling someone out there what we do, that we do well. Let's use we instead of I. Promotion is telling someone out there what we do, that we do well. Promotion is telling someone out there what we do, that we do well. I want everybody to please type that in the chat room. That is promotion. I'm seeing the question. I'm going to attend to that shortly. Ahmed, I see your question. I see your question. I'm going to come back to that. Promotion is telling someone out there what we do, that we do well. That's promotion. That's promotion. And what if you read that statement properly, it means that don't bother about the areas you are not good. Don't bother about the areas you're struggling. Don't bother about the areas you want to do in the next 5 years. Don't bother about the areas that you are not competent yet. Don't bother about the areas you don't have a team for. Don't bother about the area you don't have money for. The one you can do well, talk about it. Keep talking about it every day, every day, every day, every day. Let people be attracted to your brand. That's why I said it must be consistent, it must be progressive, and it must be positive. It must be consistent. It must be progressive, and it must be positive. Your promotion must be consistent, progressive, and positive. Your promotion must be consistent, progressive, and positive. Very, very key. So let me begin to round up my conversation so that we can take some more questions. I'm going to close this session by quickly talking about what we call the business model canvas. Because now that I've talked about promotion and you start promoting, people will start coming to your brand, checking out what you do, checking out how competent you are, checking out your processes, checking out how you behave, checking out whether you're able to deliver consistently. And once your attraction grows, then you will start getting more challenges, because when you grow, business problems also grow. So let's talk about business model canvas. However, I have a caveat. Number one, when building your business model canvas, build for services and products, not your company. Yes, we're coming to that very soon in the business model canvas. When you are building your business model canvas, build for services and products, not the company. For example, don't build your business model canvas around blue blood vets. Rather, let's say we have a service called home service. You build a business model canvas around home service. If I have a service called sales, the ShopRite of vet, you build a business model canvas around ShopRite of vet. That's what I mean by that. Number two, it is smarter to start by focusing on a narrow niche and grow into a big range of services. Depending on your size and resources, don't lump many things into your business at the same time. Start with one or two. As you're growing traction and capacity, you expand your services. And when you're doing this, please be very true to yourself. Very, very true. So this is a business model canvas. A business model canvas is a lean business plan. Sometimes can be referred to as lean business plan. It's like a dashboard of how your business should operate. It gives you insight into the feasibility. When you do a business model canvas, it gives you insight into how feasible that idea is. We want to launch a particular product or a particular service. You want to ask yourself, how feasible is this idea or service? A business model canvas helps you to do that. There are 9 things you must know to build a strong business model canvas. 9 components. We call them 9 building blocks. 9 building blocks must be considered to build a strong business model canvas. The first building block is called customer segment. So as I'm saying it, please type it in the chat room. Number 1 building block of a business model canvas is your customer segment. A customer segment is defined as, who is this service for? Or who is this product intended for? That's a customer segment. Not everybody will buy into a service or a product. So it's your job to ask yourself, this particular service is for who? Let me give you an example. If you're doing home service for treatments and for animal care, there is a particular customer bracket that can afford it. Not everybody. Dr. Motayo is customer segment, not customer cycle. So you have to ask yourself, which customer segment is this service for? Because if you're expecting everybody to buy it, it will affect your marketing and your promotion. So you have to define, who is this customer? Which customer is this service for, or this product? That's the first question to ask yourself. And you have to write it out. In writing out your customer segment, it's what we call customer avatar. A customer avatar says, this customer that I'm targeting this product to, what is his income range? What age bracket am I referring to? What family size am I referring to? What influence am I referring to? You have to be specific in your customer segment. Are you targeting a product to people that have their family income around 200K and above every month? If so, then is this for teenagers, millennials, Gen Zs, midlife people, older people? Let me give you an example. When we say provide a service for special needs people and mental health, you know that's a costly service. So your customer segment, there has to be a family that makes maybe 500K and above every month for them to be able to even buy that service, because it requires a lot of attention. Then you need to be able to pay attention to small-sized families. So if you don't define this, you're just marketing to everybody. You will say nobody is coming. You know why? Because you're talking to everybody. In your promotion, you have to say families whose family income is 500K and above. This is specifically designed for you under social conditions, autism, depression, this, that, so that they know you are speaking to them. When they see the promotion, they know it's for them. The next item is customer relationship. Customer relationship says, in what ways must you always choose us? What must I do so that I'm always the choice for this person that is buying from me? Now you have defined whom you want to sell to. You have to define what will I be doing that will make this person buy from me. So let me give you, I told you an example earlier. I was moving houses and I was moving my dogs from one house to the other house. And I reached out to Dr. Bala and Dr. Uba, and they came within hours. What that meant for me is promptness, priority. That's a customer relationship. So Blue Blood can say our customer relationship strategy is that we respond maximum 3 hours from when you make a request. We make a resource available to you. That's a customer relationship. When I talked about setting up a calendar for animal care, that is a customer relationship. When you are the one reminding the pet owner that the next appointment for your dog, sir, is next week. Do you want us to come to your location, or are you able to bring the animal? 3 days to the appointment, you do another reminder. 24 hours to the appointment, you do another reminder. That is customer relationship. When they try to leave you and they know that another vet cannot do what these people are doing, they will come back to you. Your business will thrive. Your practice will thrive. So customer relationship is defined as, what will I do that will make this customer choose me every time? Can somebody write customer relationship for me? And if possible, define it as I have. The third is channels. Channels simply say, where must I position myself so that my customer segment can see me? Where would I put myself so that my customer segment can see me? Where can I be? How can I behave that they will recognize that I'm there? Is Instagram the place I'm supposed to be recognized? Can they see me? Should I attend physical events? Will they recognize me there? Should I do newsletter? Will they recognize me there? These are questions you want to ask yourself. How can the customer recognize my service? That is channels. Please remember, pay attention. I did not say, where will I see the customer? I said, where will the customer recognize me? How will the customer recognize me? That's channels. That's channels. Fashion Abiodun says, what will I do to make the customer choose me all the time? Yes, that is customer relationship. What are the things I must be doing that will make them choose me every time? That's a customer relationship. Channels is, where must I be that they will recognize me? The customer has to see you to patronize you. It's not the other way around. If you like, go to the streets where people that have dogs exist. If they don't know you exist, channels is not working for you. The next item is value proposition. Value proposition is, When I have served a customer, what should they feel? What do I want them to feel? What am I promising them? Value proposition is a promise kept. What am I promising my customers? What do I want them to experience from me? Do I want them to experience confidence, reliability, trust? Like, let them just go to sleep. Let them have rest of mind that, no, if it's Coach Sam, forget. He will deliver. That is value proposition. You have to ask yourself, when a customer encounters my practice, what do I want them to remember? That is value proposition. Very, very important. Very, very important. Some of you are nonchalant. Some of you are forgetful. Some of you can be rude. Some of you are indifferent. Some of you think that, let me just collect the person's money, then you just relapse. You don't deliver on the work. Some of you are not paying attention to the pet, and then the pet die, or the condition of the pet becomes worse. These are areas that will lose our value proposition. You cannot afford that if you want to build a thriving practice. The next item is key activities. What must we do every day to deliver our value proposition? What are we supposed to be doing every day? What are we supposed to be doing every day? What are we supposed to be doing every day? There are things you must do every day, every week, every half year, every year. Key activities. Is it a call? When I told you to be following up on animal care, that's key activity. Is it a weekly activity? Is it a monthly activity? You have to find out. Sometimes you just want to check on the client and say, oh, we've not heard from you in a while. We hope you're doing well. How are your animals? How is Alvin? How is Clover? If you know the name of the pet, use it in engaging the client. They will know that they actually remember the name of my pet. Some of you don't even know the name of the pets of your clients. You're just saying, oh, sir, how are your animals? How do you mean, how are your animals? Because that's loss of value proposition. So key activities, what must we be doing frequently to deliver our value proposition? The next item is key resources. If we must deliver key activities, what must we have? For example, if you tell your team, call customers every end of the month to check on their pets, it means that you provide airtime and there has to be a phone. And where there's power challenges, there has to be power supply. Nobody say battery go die when we're at a place call. Those are key resources. Key resources mean human and material resources that will be used for key activities, because key activities are things that must be done to deliver value proposition. That's how it works. Don't give your team a task that you have not provided resources for. You want them to do home service, you want them to carry Uber or Bolt, or even do along. It does not work like that. If home service is a service you deliver in your practice, it must be backed by resources. So these are the things that does not make practices to thrive. You want a particular service, but you're not backing it with particular resources. It does not work like that. Then key partners. Key partners talk about what agreements and synergies must we go into. Let me give you an example. If home delivery or home service is a service you provide in your practice, maybe you should partner with a transportation company so that you are able to go to those locations conveniently if you don't have the means to buy a car that is on ground for that service. If you are providing a technology service, maybe you should partner with a technology company that can help you design an app or design a solution with which you can service your clients. These are ways to partner and synergize to deliver a thriving practice. That is key partners. Then the next item is cost structure. Cost structure means what must we spend to deliver our value proposition? What are the areas we must invest money to deliver value proposition? There is no thriving business that will not spend money. So if you're a person here, if you're a vet doctor who is afraid of spending, you are being economical, I'm sorry, your business will be limited. I have seen the efforts Dr. B makes, for example, buying high-end equipment, spending a lot of money to put structures in place. It is the investment you put in your business that will produce revenue for you. So cost structure means if we must deliver a particular value proposition, what expense must go into it? If not, no show. Then lastly, revenue stream. Revenue stream simply says, in how many ways can we be making money in this practice? And I've already answered that when I talked about this slide, all the niches that you can explore, self-sufficiency. Once you can explore many self-sufficient strategies, your revenue streams will expand. Revenue stream simply means how many ways can we make money as a practice? So I have an opportunity for 10 people for free. I would like you to design your business model canvas based on the things I've shared and send them to my email address. So please take the screenshot of this screen right now and please type taken. If you've taken a screenshot, just type taken. Take a screenshot because you need my email address. So the first 10 people who will design their business model canvas and send to me, I will look at your business model canvas. I will respond with my feedback, and hopefully you can take it on to implement. If I don't reply you, it means that you were not in the first 10. So don't start sending me mails. I sent you, you didn't reply, you didn't answer. You will get an auto response for your mail, quite all right. But if I don't reply you with a response and feedback, it means you were not in the first 10. I'm going to attend to only the first 10 people. In case you missed anything about the business model canvas, wait for the replay of this video from Dr. Bolanle. Watch it very well. Design your business model canvas and send it to me as soon as you can. Only the first 10 people are the people I will attend to. So thank you so much for listening to me. Let me now quickly attend to some questions that were in the chat room. Somebody had said, what are the channels for promotion? The channels for promotion simply are open to you. What are these promotion vehicles, Dr. Omotayo and Nia Bosho? The channels of promotion are actually at your discretion, but the popular ones, you know, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, WhatsApp, Telegram, email list, these are all channels of promotion. But again, remember, channels in the business model canvas. Where must I be for my customer segment to see me? So you have to know your customer segment first. Then you need to design where they have to see you, which is your channels. If you answer these two questions, you will know how to promote your work. Who am I selling to? Where can they see me? Once you answer these two questions, that will take care of your question around, you know, how to get your promotions going. I may not be able to find other questions, but if I have not answered your question satisfactorily based on your question and based on the things I've said, kindly, you may unmute yourself to ask me directly now, or you can repost it in the chat room. I think I still have about 5 minutes before I think I've already overspent my time, but I'd like to quickly take one or two more questions before we go. And in case you want to build a strong long-term marketing strategy for your practice, I'd encourage you to get the book Marketing Without a Budget, written by myself and two of my friends who are co-authors.
Can I speak? Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Ahmed.
Yes, well, I'm Dr. Ahmed in Abuja here. I was not asked, I sent you some question on fumigation.
Okay. Please kindly re-ask it because we posted so much in the chat room. Yeah.
Yes, you are trying. I must say, in my understanding, if I have my way, I would defy your. I mean, I agree that the meaning of your name is the lecture and your enormous knowledge in this area. Maybe that's your name is. That's why your name is Octopus.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. My concern is that the environmentalists recently have said they are the one who's supposed to do the fumigation of both industrial, private, and what have you. That before you even fumigate, you have to get license from them. And if by chance you fumigate, they are liable. You are liable to be arrested by them. Can you share more light on this?
Fantastic. And this speaks to the key partners that I shared in the business model canvas. Now, vet doctors have a duty to their customers in some areas of fumigation and cleaning and hygiene stuff. However, now environmentalists who feel that that's their regulatory or their professional scope of area of work, they are fighting that jurisdiction. So it's very simple. If I'm a vet practice, I will look for an environmentalist company and simply create a partnership. Key partners, business model canvas, straight to the point. So when we have clients that require fumigation and any of those essential environmental functions, we have a partner company that goes to deliver the job. We get paid, we pay them for the service, we keep our change. An administrative fee comes to us, your professional fee goes to you. Case closed, win-win, everybody is happy. So over time, you realize that the environmentalists, when they go to a client's place, they have pets in that environment. They'll tell you, oh, there are pets there. Or maybe in engaging with the client, they'll say, your pets, we have a partnership with a pet company. We have a sister company. They can be your pet, your vet doctors. That synergy works. Let me give you an example. There are some people in my community who are architects and builders. And many of them build hotels for clients. And I told them, when you go to do your building and your work, there's going to be a marketing component. Tell them that you have a sister company called Seca Africa. We will handle their marketing and promotion of their hotel. So while you're building for them, bring us in as a marketing company. While we're doing marketing for people that need to improve on their buildings and culture, we bring you in as a construction company. That's key partnership at work. I don't need to be a builder. They don't need to be marketers. We just synergize our efforts. So I think that you shouldn't bother fighting environmentalists. Just identify an environmentalist company you trust, synergize with them, and channel your services of fumigation through them, and everybody wins. You keep a cut, they keep a cut. The customer is happy, everybody's happy. I think that way it will help.
Permit me to call you again, Dr. Octopus.
God bless you, sir. Thank you, sir. Awesome.
That's great. Yes, I like your action. Your answers and your reasoning. Yes.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
Yes. But can I add something like, you mentioned company. Let me share more light. It could not be a company. It could be a government organization who says they have the impetus or they have the license to do that. So we can also synergize with them. Yeah, the right word is synergy. Yes, nobody's an island. That's true. Thank you, Dr. Octopus.
My pleasure, sir. My pleasure.
Yeah.
I have an interesting statement here. Oko Gift said, financial challenges slow us down in this practice. Let me speak to that. I'm interested in this comment. So let's be frank. There's really no practice that has all the money, to be honest. Even those in consulting that sell knowledge. That's why in business, we say money is the last thing you need to do a business. The first thing you need in business is to establish trust with the buyer. When the person that is your customer segment grows to trust you, they'll give you their money. So while I totally agree that financial challenges can cripple a business, the real solution is build the attitude that makes the buyer trust you first. Sustain a quality service. Service excellence is so key in your practice, in many practices. As a vet doctor, your customers should not doubt your competence and expertise. You have to be so good at what you do that they can go to sleep, that their pets are with you. It is by doing this thing, and then when you now extend the service by what I call the aftercare of animals, taking interest in their pets, they will, if you say, sir, we're reviewing our fee by 100%, they will pay. Sir, we really would love you to refer us to your friends that have pets like you. They will refer. Over time, the demand on you will be so much, you will expand your operations. So while I can agree that financial challenges exist, I don't think it's a limitation. I think if you work from the bottom up, you can overcome that challenge. So that is very key. Please, let's take note of that. Dr. Nuhu Usman says, what are effective and efficiency channels in ethno-veterinary research for the management of animal diseases? Okay, so this is a very technical question. I don't know. Ethno-veterinary research. Can somebody help me break that down?
Okay,
So I can...
good afternoon,
Yeah.
sir. I
Yes,
think
sir.
Dr. Kule Abiade should take over
Okay,
now.
answer that.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. So thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate the time, and I'm going to step down for Dr. Kunle to take over from here. God bless you.
Hello.
We can hear you, sir. No, when's... Okay.
It is what? I hope you can hear me.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Dr. Sam Obafemi, I think you've done a great job to open our eyes, and to tell many of us on this call that our profession is a profound one, is a one with a very big latitude that most of us are not taking advantage of. I hope I am speaking the mind of so many people. Really, I want to say a big thank you to you. Okay, I want to say a very big thank you for this wonderful job you have done. Okay. I know somebody asked a question. The question is totally is out of the spec of this lecture. So I don't know why such a question is being asked. Okay. When a lecture of a similar content is being asked, the person should ask it. I think we should learn to keep to the lecture mode that we are listening to. There is no point asking questions out of the lecture mode. Thank you very, very much. So is there any other question for Okay, there's a question from Dr. Shaib. A dog was lost to a particular ailment. The owner made return of payments. He said, and unfortunately, the pet died. The owner insists he's not going to pay the balance. What can be done? The customer has to be retained. I think you have answered the question. Yeah, it's still part of of value proposition, because what are you promising the client? You are promising the client that you will do everything humanly possible to ensure the dog survives. But if he dies, you must have told the prognosis of a case to that client. Whenever you receive a serious case, or even not a serious case, you should always give what we call a prognosis. A prognosis is you are giving an advice of what could happen, or what could be the solution, or even the end of this clinical management. So if you have thoughts and the dog died, and you did not give a prognosis, if you give a prognosis, oh, don't worry, the patient will be okay, there is no problem, then it's going to hold on to your word that you said there will not be any problem. But if I give a prognosis that, this is a challenge, we will try our best, but our prognosis is guided or is poor. So the client will know when you say it's poor, the client will know from the onset that you are going to try your best, but the prognosis is very poor. So if the animal dies, he's not going to hold you seriously to because you have already advised such a client. Okay? And because you want to retain the client, you can decide to overlook the balance. You want to create that relationship. What we have been told today, you would be so, okay, yeah. We also have a win-win situation. We have been told that we should ensure that every business relationship is a win-win situation for you and for the client. So, for me, I may overlook it if you have given a prognosis to that effect. But if you don't give a prognosis that, oh, your prognosis, oh, it will be okay, then you don't even have money to pay to that person because your prognosis did not reveal the end of that management. Thank you very much. So, Dr. Mbele, what has been your greatest challenge in practice, and how are you able to overcome it as a strategy for your thriving practice? Seriously, for me, greatest challenge, I don't even know which one of them, because we've had so many challenges. But the biggest challenge how we look at is that, when I promise something and I cannot deliver, I mean, it's a great challenge that I don't like, and I always don't like to be in that situation. Like, for instance, you promise somebody that you're going to do a surgery, and you did that surgery, and something went wrong. Yeah, we have had situations like that. Something went wrong, and what went wrong sometimes might be beyond your own ability. And how do you tell a client that you promised to do a good surgery, but the surgery went, haywire? And I think the best thing, we have had such a situation, I think the best thing is, one, to be honest enough and to tell the clients what happens. Now, even when we do surgeries, we like to take the video from the beginning to the end. So if anything happens, the client can be allowed to see what went through, what did we encounter. So sometimes that is one of the greatest challenges that we have, when you promise a client to deliver on something and one way or the other you didn't deliver. So we need to be very, very careful that every angle of your practice, that every process, every protocol that you have started, you ensure that the processes are well, the processes are well harnessed, and the processes are well scrutinized to ensure that there is no gap, there is no missing link of your protocols. Challenges will come, but sometimes you must simulate some of these challenges, and you must expect, if this challenge comes in, what am I going to do? Always be expectant that a challenge will come on one way or the other. But because you have already thought about it, you have simulated it, when it comes, imagine you doing a surgery and then you overdose with an anesthetic agent. But if you have simulated it, you know what to do quickly to reverse such a situation. And also, what are you using? Those drugs you are using, you must ensure that you use safe and effective, products, not the ones that you are not too sure of. And every process, as I said, must be understood and must be harnessed properly. Thank you very much. Any other question?
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, my name is Dr. Soji. There's an aspect of the ethics that plays a measure of restriction on advertisements. I don't know if you can address that, sir.
Yes, they really, as veterinarians in our ethics books, we are not supposed to do an open advertisement. We are not supposed to lure customers. We're not supposed to use an advantage over another practice. You cannot say my practice is better than the other practice. Oh, I offer this practice. I offer this protocol, and that protocol is better than that other practice. So, come and patronize me because I'm better than any other person. So we're not supposed to do an open, we're like lawyers. We're not supposed to do an open advertisement. But nowadays we are seeing so many of us flouting and flouting this part of our ethics. Some of us, we are doing, surgery, and we are putting it on the IGs and for people to, and even advertising that, oh, we do this, please, when you need this type of surgery, please come and consult us. Totally wrong. It's very unethical. Okay? The only thing is that the Veterinary Council, they are yet to pounce on many of us. If they begin to look at the IGs, and some of us will be paying so much fine. But we have had what Dr. Sam said. Your promotion should not be centered on you, but it could be centered on the products without even mentioning you. Oh, you have done a good protocol. Okay, a patient came in the case was very, very bad. You showed how it was very bad. You showed what you did, and you showed the after the end of it. How did you intervene? So people will look at, oh, this dog was almost losing the eye. You intervene, and the eyes are restored. That is the product. That is the service. But don't go there behind and start saying, oh, it is done by Pet Care Animal Hospital, and it is the only pet care that can do this. And no, that is totally wrong. Okay? And you don't also go ahead and start, it must be service center, not your practice. Your practice may not even be noted in that promotion. So many of us will do unethical promotions, but we should do very good promotions that are not, that will not involve you claiming undue advantage over another practice. Okay, that is what I will say about that. Any other one? Yes, somebody is raising the hands. Yes. You can ask your question. You can ask your question.
I think he has already asked.
Okay, thank you very much. So if there's no other question, then I think we'll.
Okay, thank you so
Can I
much.
ask a question, sir? Dr. Nasri wants to ask a question, please.
Okay, yes, Dr. Nasri.
Just a simple question.
Yes,
well,
please.
I want to thank the presenter for today for the highly illuminating delivery and going to frontiers that some of us have not even thought about, and frontiers that we have always thought are very difficult to explore and all that. But I think with a bit of some seriousness and oneness of purpose, we can actually exploit this. But there's a trend now that could be very inimical to thriving in veterinary business. No matter what to do, and no matter what we try to do, I've found out that even some of us are the ones destabilizing each other's businesses and giving other businesses bad advertisement just because we want to prove to the world that we are better than those people. And for me, I don't think it's something that should be encouraged. So a client comes to me, and coming from another client, probably he or she was not satisfied with the outcome of their intervention and everything. And then it comes to me, and instead of me trying to protect my profession, I want to try to protect and show up my own pause. And I start destroying that other person, you know? And it's something that I feel that no matter what you try to do, no matter the kind of castle you have built for yourself, if we engage in doing that, then we'll just destroy the profession itself, you know, just because I want to like make sure that my own practice is well positioned, and I start destroying other people's practices and all that. So I don't know, Dr. Betty, what can you see about that? And this I found out is more amongst our younger colleagues, so to say. And I don't know why they have to destroy because they want to climb. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Nasir. I think that trend is beginning to we are seeing that trend now. In fact, in the past few weeks, such what you complain now, it's going on between two practices, and it is very what we call unethical, you know, very unethical. It is not what we should encourage. Our profession is a very wonderful profession that we should be, we should protect each other. Whatever I do, if I do it so for the advantage of myself and for destruction of the profession, I think I should be blamed for that. So every one of us should protect this profession. But some of us are now, they are trying to get the attention to themselves. They are trying to promote themselves negatively. We have had such cases, and whereas we're supposed to work in unison, work together as colleagues, and we just want to advise, you know, our colleagues that are doing this, okay, that we should stop that activity. We should stop that practice. It's a very bad practice. It's not going to yield any good dividend to anyone, to any practice. The sky is so wide that everybody could create a niche. With what Dr. Obafemi said today, you can see the different niches that he has expanded for us. And each one of us can hold on to that area and do it very, very well, to the point that you become an authority. You know, what Bala is doing in Abuja, I mean, and even with this Kotok thing, which is so beneficial to everyone, I should encourage him. Okay? So we should not compete unnecessarily with ourselves. On unnecessary competition will destroy our profession. So I want to advise, please those of us that are doing it, I mean, some of them will even go to the point of badmouthing that if you are running a laboratory work, and they be telling other people, oh, don't rely on that laboratory result. It is not good. It is fake. That is what some of them are doing. And it is very, very bad. So we want to advise our people, our colleagues, please let us practice in a very, very professional way without causing unnecessary rancor and destroying ourselves. The profession is bigger than everyone. I'm happy that the acting registrar is on this call and is listening to us. And I hope that they will begin to take action, because we know our council has the capability, has the machinery to correct such bad practices. Thank you. Thank you. So if there's no other question, I will hand over to Dr. Bala, who will. This program is being put together by SACA, by Blue Board, by LMCF also, and is by the benevolence that we are all enjoying this wonderful lecture by the Octopus. And once again, I want to say a big thank you to Octopus, and especially for this illuminating lecture. And don't worry, I will try as much as possible best to send in my own assignment, so I can be one of the 10 that you would coach. I learned a lot. And if somebody of my level will learn, yes. Okay. I took notes. You know, these are my notes. I was taking notes. And my notes are full. Okay?
That's
so
yeah, good morning, sir. Dr. Abiade, sir. Good morning, sir. I've been raising up my hand.
Oh, Dr. Ugle, okay, yes, please.
Good morning, sir. Yeah, good morning, sir. To my senior colleagues, Dr. Nasi, Dr. Abiade, and so many of you on the field, and to my other colleagues as well. Good morning, sirs, and good morning, ma'ams, and good morning to the organizers. Thank you very much for organizing this. This was another, it's been a while I attended this kind of lecture because I work with the government. So I'm not in the private sector.
Okay.
This is channeled to you and Dr. Nasiru as well, and other senior colleagues. How do we use this kind of marketing, this kind of strategies that will be helpful to the government? You understand? That will not be will be in the positive light, in the right. I mean, we won't go against the rules and regulations of our council, because it's, but I think private sector, those in the private sector, they have more advantage of other things, what they can advertise, this, that. But the government sector, we have lesser advantage to do advertisement. So how do we go about this? I was just wondering, I've been thinking about it. Yeah, thank you, sir. That's the question.
I don't know whether Obafemi would like to, but really, you mentioned about advertisements. As professionals, we're not supposed to do advertisements. Okay? Whether private or government. But we've been told that we can do promotions. You can do promotions, which is a bit different. I hope I am right, Mr. Dr. Obafemi. It will also contribute. But we are, as a profession, we're not supposed to do advertisement. But what we can do promotions, and so you can reveal what you are doing in very, very, in very, very ethical way, without you incurring unnecessary fine or indiscretion. Okay? So, but the government too, the government, you do a lot of promotions even better than us. You do, you promote your business, you promote your work, you do you do a sub-2 advertisement through what do they call it now? I mean, press briefings. You do press briefings and you tell us what you do in different areas. So you are even better than us. You are better than us because I mean the last time when they were doing the launching of the abattoir, you were showing off so many things. So those are sub-2 advertisements, and which we cannot even do. So you are better than us.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
You have so many. You have so many tools at your fingertips. You have even the press officers that are helping you to put information into government free of charge. We can do all that. You know that.
Okay. Okay.
It's also package some of these things very well. I mean, package it the way we have been told. And once we package it very well, you have been doing anti-rabies campaign. And as a government, you have been shortchanging the private people. These are the things we are supposed to be doing and making money, but you are not allowing us to make money. So you are cutting and you are doing advertisements of your different locations, and you are telling them, you are telling our clients to come over there and not come to us. So you are doing too many advertisements that is even ruining us.
Wow.
So today.
Today.
Dr. Tunji, am I wrong? Dr. Tunji, am I wrong?
No, don't worry, sir.
You have put words into my mouth.
No, actually, sir. For example,
no, Dr. Bello is not wrong. Go. We are concerned. We are very concerned.
Free rabies has ended now, so they can continue. No more free rabies anyway.
After you have directed them to your practices and to your own clinics. You are taking them from us. Okay, God.
Thank you so very much, sir. Hello.
Hello, Dr. Pala. Thank you very much.
The chairman and our able mentor and president, Small Animal Veterinary Association of Nigeria, Savan, Dr. Olakunle Abiadi. Thank you so very much for all the insights.
Dr. Adekunle, you have changed his name.
Sorry, Adekunle Abiadi. Sorry, sir. Thank you
so very much. Don't worry.
Yeah. You know, after the Octopus had actually opened our eyes, I think we should be willing to pay for everything today as from now. And also quickly to respond to Dr. Ogunle's question, if you remember what Dr. Sam Obafemi did mention, let us not look at the names of our businesses, but what we do in promotion. For instance, you cannot say, oh, Lagos state government in the business canvas, but you can unbundle the services of Lagos state government when it comes to meat inspection, delivering quality, wholesome meat, or maybe rabies campaign and what have you. Remember late Professor Akunyele with NAFDAC, and virtually everyone, you know, picked up NAFDAC job, and all the medias will always promote different aspects of what NAFDAC does at no cost, you know. So those are the kind of things that I think the states should also be doing, both at federal or the subnational. At subnational. So that is that. But let me quickly do this so that we can get out here. First, by thanking Dr. Sam Obafemi. He actually said a lot of things in the beginning that I was his mentor through, but it was just for a short while when he took over as my mentor, and I'm now his mentee with so many people. In fact, when you sent that in there, he's giving us support in millions of naira without charging. And I had to immediately also send him I will try and send him, be part of the first 10 that will send in their proposal in terms of your goodies. Thank you for accepting to talk to us. And like Oliver Twist, that is in my middle name, I have gotten a lot of private chat from colleagues trying to ask for so many things, including your slide this morning, which I will get your permission to share with them, but also to follow up on an executive session, which I can tell you that we are very rich as veterinarians, and we will try and organize something for maybe about 30 to 50 of us, and it will be paid for. And we will try and follow up with some of the proposals that will be submitted, because our target in connecting town to gun is to be the best in whatever we do. So you captured it in your presentation today, and I'm most grateful that you amplify it even better than what we have been doing. Thank you so very much, Dr. Sam Obafemi, Coach Sam Obafemi, and Mentor Sam Obafemi, for all you do, not only for the vet, but for every business that has something to do with public health. I do appreciate you so very much. Secondly, is to also thank Dr. Kunle Abiade. He is a very busy man. And yesterday, we were just discussing, I was checking in with him when he accepted that, he would want to be around. And I now got him that he must also help in sharing it. And I enjoyed a lot of the perspective that you brought in. Thank you, sir, for being there with us, and for all those who asked questions, made comments. You really those things add to the flavor. We actually enjoy all the questions and the probings that you made into the theme of the discussion today. We thank all of you. And for all those who also made it a date in attending, you are not going to miss anything. If you take even one line of what he has advised, you can also go back to him or come back to what is it called? Connect Kotor. If you have anything that he needs to further clarify, we'll try and get him to doing that. And he just sent in that the slides have been sent to us, and then we are definitely going to share all with all those who register and then attended today. Thank you so very much, Coach Sam, for your benevolence. Finally, there is a major one coming in August. It is Servant Conference. It's going to be the 7th Servant Conference. And I think it's one program you will not want to miss. Issues like this will be discussed. Mental health and how you can reposition your small and companion animal medicine is going to be the focus of that conference with Servant in August. And if you are not a registered member, I think this is the right time that you have to come on board so that you don't miss the goodies. And hopefully, before that time, we will have a final list of Servant members that will be attending. And I think it is important for anyone that wishes to lift up their practice or start a practice in small and companion animal. And then I also will want to say that almost all of us, including those who today are in ruminant practice or in large animal practice, in equine practice, we all started with small and companion animal medicine. It is the backbone of veterinary practice, and I think we are going to be doing ourselves a great deal of favor if we do register with Savan and attend conferences like we are going to be having in August. On behalf of the Kotok team, I would like to thank our moderator and the anchor of Kotok Connecting Town to Ghana, Dr. Bolanle and Dr. Ezenwa Konobi, and all of you for supporting this program and many other programs until next month, when we bring you another exciting topic of discussion. Good afternoon, and thank you so very much. Can we turn on our cameras for group photos? Again, group. Thank you all. Next one. Okay. Okay. Thank you so very much. We will share the slides with you very soon. Thank you and have a good afternoon.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you and bye.
God bless you.